Did you know that worldwide there are about 11 million amputees a year? That's 30,000 a day, and that's way too many for starters. But the problem is, most robotic prosthetics out there cost upward of $30,000. Nigel Auckland's arm, for example, is the most advanced bionic arm in the world, and it costs as much as $40,000. And of all amputees, only about 20,000 a year get a prosthetic limb replacement. And furthermore, amputations affect people's lives. It affects their jobs, their activities, emotions, health, and their lifespan. Sadly, not many amputees in third world countries even have a prosthetic. On July 16, 2015, Jerry had come in contact with the 7,200 volt line. He was rushed straight to hospital, and when he got there, the surgeon said he didn't even know what to expect because most electrocution victims don't even make it there in time. On the third day, his wife was asked to sign a consent form to authorize the removal of her husband's hands. And after 8 surgeries, Jerry was a bilateral transaxle amputee. And this goes to show that in a matter of moments, something like this could change your life forever. People lose limbs for many different reasons, from severe injury, serious burn, cancerous tumour, serious infection, diabetes, neuroma, frostbite, injury from war or landmines, and birth defects. Also, each 30 seconds there is one amputation worldwide. My idea is twofold. Firstly, to have a bionic arm that's cheap and affordable, but also works well. Secondly, to have prosthetics for third world countries like Africa, where there's a ton of people in poverty who don't even have an arm or leg. And doing this would change the world because it would mean millions of people who don't have arms or legs can get them back and get something of their lives back. Bionics work because muscles generate small electrical signals when they contract. So electrodes placed on the surface of the skin can measure muscle movement, which triggers a response in the mechanical hand or limb. Also, they use complex and compact designs so the joints can move in the way they should. Some researchers are putting the electrodes under the skin to avoid sweat-related issues with the operation of the electrodes. Using complex algorithms, people get the limbs to move. Algorithms mean that the bionics are becoming intuitive and can learn a person's movement. Bionics are still in their early days of development though, with many problems to overcome, such as weight, range of movement, and cost. A solution to help the world would be by improving bionics, by connecting the severed nerves to electrical wiring using a conductive nerve cap on the severed nerve. Nerves are about 0.8 millimeters in diameter. The nerve cap would be connected to the nerve on the other side, connected to silver wiring coated in silicon or another insulator. The wiring would become artificial nerves to use to transmit the electronic signals to the bionic limb. A silicon insulator would be used as it is not conductive and currently used within the body successfully. Silicon can also be conformed to many shapes and does not break down. Silicon wiring would be used as silver is a good conductor, and a good conductor is needed because of the low charge of nerves. There would also be a waterproof plug on the end of the amputated arm with the bionic to connect with the bionic so it can receive the electronic signals. This means bionic could be unplugged and to recharge the bionic battery for washing and sleeping. It would be like plugging into an electric power point, but using a lot less power. Another improvement would be the use of carbon fiber instead of metal to solve the weight issues. This would make the world a better place because it would mean each nerve could activate the bionic more accurately and give better range of movement. Other features would be use of touch sensors to send electricity back up the nerve to the brain, small efficient motors to move the limb, and powerful battery for powering it all. It'd almost be like having a normal arm except possibly stronger. To fundraise, I'd present my idea to big computer companies such as Apple and Google. Wargame creators request players to donate a small amount of money, for example $1, and governments as well as World Aid organisations. I would also put in a recycling system where third world amputees could receive the replaced limb of those who receive upgrades on their prosthetic. And I would also set up a donation website to pay for the limbs of people in third world countries. By reducing the cost of bionics and prosthetics through obtaining funding would mean that prosthetics and bionics would be more available to all of the many million amputees. Improving the movement of bionics would mean people could do more normal activities, so amputees like Jerry could have a better future through better and more affordable bionics. Thanks for listening.